Nightly greetings, one and all. Denise Osorio here, homegrown and happy to bring you PTV News now. Tops on our news leaderboard tonight. It turns out the initially reported 34 missing online cockfighting gamers was just a third of the real ballpark number of 100. As such, the nation's top cop has seen it fit to launch on their own initiative a probe on the allegedly missing 100 online cockfighting gamers who, a suspect and eyewitness in the case, claims a number of cops are in the deep end of this whodunit case. PNP Chief Nicolas Torre III said the PNP's Internal Affairs Service will collaborate with the National Police Commission to dig up the facts and verify allegations hurled by one of the suspects, an alias Totoy, of police complicity in the mass murder homicide case. A security guard working for a City of Manila cockfighting arena has been tagged by suspect alias Totoy, as well as a showbiz personality, as having links or personal relationships with the mastermind. Some 2 years ago, reports that ran through the grapevine suggested a former PNP chief was even linked to the scandal. For his part, Justice Secretary turned Ombudsman wannabe Jesus Crispin Remulla vowed to leave no stone unturned in getting to the bottom of this mass murder homicide case. Though nowhere near the atmospheric abundance like carbon dioxide, methane is an odorless gas that is highly flammable and gets trapped in the atmosphere if released without burning. Usually found in cattle excretions, methane rises up to the atmosphere and stays there for about 10 years before dematerializing or vanishing. A technologically advanced satellite that's been recently launched is helping to provide more accurate and consistent findings on methane emissions, as VOA's Julie Tabo reports.
And liftoff, Falcon 9.
This past March, private spaceflight company SpaceX carried into space a satellite that's using advanced technology to measure methane emissions around the world.
Methane separation confirmed.
Manufactured by Colorado-based Blue Canyon Technologies and roughly the size of a washing machine, Methane-sat will circle every part of the Earth to measure how much of the planet-warming gas has been emitted into our atmosphere and how those emissions vary.
Methane-sat would be one of the first satellites that's actually not only able to measure the source of emission, but to actually monitor it over time so they can see if it's getting better, if it's getting worse.
Methane emitted through human activity accounts for about 30% of the warming the planet is currently experiencing, and the gas is more than 28 times as potent as carbon dioxide at trapping heat in our atmosphere. Methane-sat, developed by the Environmental Defense Fund in collaboration with several partners, will initially focus on fossil fuel production, which is the second largest human-made contributor to methane emissions after agriculture.
We've been leading efforts to understand methane emissions from the oil and gas industry for well over 10 years now. And several years ago, we realized that we couldn't collect enough data to really be able to capture those emissions on an ongoing basis.
The data will help scientists assess where reductions need to be made and by whom.
The key here is going to empirical data, high quality data, data that we can trust and that we can then utilize to really understand the problem.
Methane-sat will yield what the team says will be the most comprehensive data set ever produced for a single industry. In the meantime, preliminary data from the satellite will be accessible to the public free of charge within the next 6 months. Julie Tabo, VOA News.
Right now, let's turn to my colleague in PTV's Baguio City studios for what's hot and happening in the Cordilleras. Audrey?
Naimbag Arabi, bimaba itinasrok 27.19% crime rate itaas second quarter iti syudad ti Baguio. Sigun iti Baguio City Police Office, naksayan iti 115 tina-record ti ahensya ita akatawan, no idilig iti 2024 iti kapada a quarter nga adan iti 423 a krimen. Kang runan na ma-record a krimen iti syudad ket panagtakaw nga adaan 25 recorded cases ita a quarter. Nabababa no idilig iti parehas a quarter iti 2024 nga adaan 49 cases. Agtultuloy met ti napaertengan nga operasyon ti opisina kontra iti illegal a droga. Sigun iti BCPO kagiddan ti panagnato ti bilang ti anti-illegal drug operations ket ti panagnato met ti nakamagda a suspect. Idi 2024 iti kapada a quarter nakaisayang kadda ti 60 operations ken nakakamagda ti 69 a suspect. Bayat nga ita quarter nakaisang kadda ti 65 nga anti-illegal drug operations ken nakakamagda ti 79 na suspect. Kabayatan na naka-record ang mati 27 na kaso ti violence against women and their children ita quarter. Al-alukoyin mati BCPO dagiti biktima nga umasidag kadagiti otoridad tapno matulungan da iti nasken proseso.
Isang positive po na impact nung yung continuous natin yung community awareness campaign is yung yun nagiging aware na yung ating mga kababaihan sa kanilang mga rights and they're already empowered to report po yung mga incidents.
Iti sabali pay adamag na ipatungpal ti operasyon kontra iti maatap a sindikato dagiti fixer manipud iti Baguio City amang ijayjaya iti naparpartak a transaksyon iti Land Transportation Office. Namuan ang manipud Baguio City, Pangasinan ken La Union dagiti pasahero ken kliyente dagiti maatap a fixer nga inasistaran da nga agiproseso iti driver's license iti LTO Aritaw District Office. Sigun kini Director Dumlao, sag 9,000 ti package payment kadagiti fixer tapno makaala dagiti kliyente iti lisensya asa nakasapulan ti written ken practical driving examinations. Manipud June 20 aging June 27 nasurok kumurang 100 a kliyente ti naguyugoy nga agiproseso iti Nueva Vizcaya. Gaputa na ingatan ti proseso iti LTO Baguio District Office. Imembestigaran ti DOTR ti maatap a koneksyon dagiti fixer kadagiti empleyado ti LTO. Naduktalan pa'y akulorum dagiti lugan nga inusar dagiti driver isuay na impound. Nagpalagip ti DOTR kadagiti kliyente a direkta a makitransaksyon iti opisina ti LTO para iti legal a panagala iti lisensya. Inyunay-unay mati pulisya ti kinapatag ti umno a proseso iti panagala iti driver's license kas iti theoretical driving course kanda dumapay nga eksaminasyon tapno maipasigurado nga amuda dagiti lintag trapiko ken natalged ti biyahe dagiti amin a motorista.
Mainly kasi yung style nila is syndicated na, di ba? Alas 3 sila pumunta doon sa Harrison, sa Petron Gas, and then puro text ang kwan. And then coordinated eh. Actually, ito ay pang-apat na batch. Ang unang batch ay nung Biyernes.
When it comes to road safety, syempre, ang dapat masigurado natin dyan is yung fitness, mental fitness at sa physical fitness mga drivers, to drive on the roads. At the same time, yung vehicle, yung roadworthiness niya.
Dagiti damdamag manipud iti PTV Cordillera, siak ni Audrey Villana na Imbag Arabi.
Many thanks, Audrey. And that's a wrap for tonight's show. Join us anew tomorrow for another twin bill of breaking stories here at home and abroad in the afternoon and evening. And always stay connected by catching the news right here. Denise Osorio here, wishing you all a safe and sound respite from the rain this evening. And thank you for watching PTV News Now.